Greetings, demons, and welcome to a reaction video. Now, I don't think anyone was quite expecting this, but literally just a few minutes ago from when I'm recording this, yesterday as you're watching this, Nintendo decided they would post a new Switch announcement. So a lot of people are calling this the Switch Pro, and I'm probably going to title the video that, but it is the Nintendo Switch OLED model. Which OLED, it's just a type of screen, and I'm not going to get any more into it because personally, I'm not knowledgeable enough to actually get into it. But basically, it just means that it's going to have a better screen, higher nit, probably brighter, probably have better colors overall, and yeah, let's just watch this trailer. I haven't watched it yet. I haven't seen anything about it. I just think it's really interesting because we have been waiting a long time for the Switch Pro. And it is definitely possible that this is the, Switch Pro we've been waiting for. If we get a better battery, a better, possibly even larger screen, I could see this being a big winner. OLED model, yeah. Oh, okay, so straight up, white controllers, white Joy-Cons, very nice. I'm not necessarily all about the screen quality in that image. That kind of looks low res still, so that's kind of just wondering, is that wider? I'm just going to grab my Switch just to compare for myself. Yeah, that is a larger screen. There's less bezel on that. That's interesting. The Joy-Cons look the same. Well, yeah, they would do, but I'm just like, there's nothing special about the Joy-Cons other than the colour, because I don't believe we've had white yet. That's interesting. But yeah, the bezel is definitely considerably smaller. And yeah, no, it's not bigger. Like the actual model itself is not bigger, which I mean, as I say, the Joy-Cons look the same, so it does make sense. That's an interesting thing there. Have they moved the? Yeah, they've moved the Switch logo further down on it. That's kind of interesting. That's kind of odd. Yeah, it looks good. But then again, I've always thought that the Switch looked good by default. It's nice to have a big screen though. Like the actual, for the fact the bezels are thinner, even if it doesn't look to be too much, I think they've halved the bezels. That's still considerably more screen real estate. So generally, that's more comparable. The actual size of the Switch, the original Switch, it is the size of a small tablet. At least now with this model, the screen will actually reflect that, because most modern tablets, you have a lot of screen real estate even on a smaller overall tablet. Nowadays there's a very small bezel, if any, on most mobile devices, so if they're getting closer to just not having a bezel at all, I'm all for that. I think that's a really, really good thing. Was that a bigger... One second. That looked like it was a bigger, Oh! The logo has been moved down because the entire lower half is a kickstand. That's really cool. I want to see that in action, because there's clearly a hinge joint there. Because that's one of the biggest issues with the base model, is that the kickstand is worthless. I don't even use it. I legitimately I play in handheld, true handheld all the time, because I don't like the kickstand at all. I feel like it's gonna break. And in fact, I've had multiple friends where theirs just has snapped off completely. So yeah, that's a huge step up. It's weird though, obviously this is a render. Well, I assume it's a render. On the actual Switch, you have your vents, basically where the Nintendo Switch writing is. And then there's also, a ton of missing information, which I assume they just haven't included because it's a render. That is a really thin bezel. 7 inch. Yeah, okay. So, Yeah, so that's a considerable increase. I'm sorry that my throat's a bit dry. I just ate before this, but yeah, no, that's a considerable increase. That's remarkable, really. So from 6.2 to 7, that's a lot. There's a lot of screen real estate. And if it's that high of a nit, if the brightness is that good, like, because I will say I love my Switch, and I do use it outdoors sometimes, but it's like the screen really doesn't like direct sunlight. It hates it. Like it just hides so much of the detail of any screen that you look at. It's like my phone, I have a Pixel 4a. Isn't perfect when it comes to it, but I never have as bad a glare on that compared to on my Switch. And, you know, when the Switch costs about the same amount, it's like, it's a bit disappointing. But, yeah, if that's the brightness we're talking about in sunny conditions, I'm all for that. That looks really good. Yeah, it's just like, I know I keep going on about the screen size, but like the bezels being that thin really does help for games like Pokemon, where it's like you want to see as much of it as possible. I guess the same thing for Breath of the Wild, but like Pokemon is much more like near and dear for me, so yeah, I like it. It's gonna be good for visual novels, like stuff that has reading in it. But yeah, there we go. A full adjustable stand. So so obviously it's just a kickstand on the original, and that's a full on stand. Also, so they've changed the venting. That looks like it's thinner lines for the venting. There also seems to be an extra point to go in. Are we gonna get like a stylus potentially? Or is there going to be, like, a built-in mic up there? Because I'm trying to think, is there a mic on it at the moment? I'm not sure, I can't remember. I think there is, isn't there? I'm not sure. But yeah, one of these is the headphone jack, but then the other one... That looks like the headphone jack to me, and then that looks bigger. As if, like, there is, like, a stylus, potentially. Well, we'll see on that one, we'll see on that. But yeah, really cool to have an actual posable, like, wide adjustable stand. It's really good. I'm really happy about that. That's been one of my biggest requests for like a Switch Pro. The screen and a better kickstand. Like they're what I want. So yeah, this is looking really good. Because it does make this exact situation, like the amount of times that we've had to like, you know, me and my mate have been just sat side by side, but we've had to move the Switch like way too far back just so that we can both see it clearly. And it's just because like the kickstand's trash. Like something like this really does fix the issue. Just being able to lower it, lean it further back, and still have it close, like it really does help. And then obviously the bigger screen's going to help as well, but I think I've said enough about the bigger screen being great. Yep, better speakers is always a benefit, that's good. Like that.
Checkmate.
A white dock as well! Okay, I don't think... Have we seen colour variations for the dock yet? I don't believe we have. We've seen the... obviously, I have the Fortnite one with the little decals on it. I don't think we've had a coloured one, though. I've had ones that have had, like, colour printing, but they've all been black base. So, seeing a white base, that's really nice. It's very clean. I'm a huge fan of white consoles. You know, I pretty much every console except for the PS4 that I currently use is white. I even my original Xbox One and my original 360 are both white. I chose them over getting the black versions of them. So yeah, I'm I'm liking this. I want to see the price point though. That's gonna be big for me. I do wonder though. Are they gonna? Is it going to do better than for when it's docked? Is it going to perform better? Are they gonna say that it's like 1440p or something? Because that'd be amazing. If they unveil 1440p support for docked. They haven't said anything about 1080p for handheld, so I doubt it, but it would be really cool. Oh, and they've got a new design for the dock. And it has a built-in LAN. Hell yes. So yeah, Ethernet built in. That's actually. Wait, have we lost a? I think we've lost a USB Type C for that though, which is kind of disappointing. But like, most people, I don't, just because I don't really have the ability to. But like, most people that I know do just use one of the USB Type Cs for an Ethernet. So actually, no, it's not it's not a Type C that we've lost. It's a Type A. It's a Type A that we've lost. Okay. I'm not huge on that because once again, I use a lot of stuff that needs it, but it's fine. Oh, that's nice. I like that design. I like the look of the dog. It's just very clean. I think that's like a big thing, really. It's just a very clean console. They don't seem to have changed the Joy-Con grip. Like, I think for something like this, I'm predicting a price range that's going to be a bit higher. It would be nice to include the charging the controller thing, I literally just call the charging grip. It would be nice to include the charging grip with something like this because I assume it is going to be probably like 100, 150 more than the base model. Then again, like, I don't know. It's a weird thing with the Switch for me because like I own two already. I own a base model, a first year model, and then I own the Fortnite Switch, which is a second edition, which has the better battery life. So like, the thing is, they haven't said anything about better graphical quality. It's all about brightness and screen size, and like I'm good with that. That's very. As I said, I just wanted an upgraded screen in general. I did kind of want a better processor or a better graphics driver, like. Just generally, that would have been a huge step up for me. Having 1080p handheld, 1440p docked would have been amazing. But if it's still 720 handheld and 1080 docked, like, not the end of the world. I don't care that much. I would rather it be the case that it's like that. But yeah, October 8th. Okay. So yeah, you get it is just the standard one. So yeah, that's officially it though. The Nintendo Switch, like the 2.0 version. That I can't remember the actual unit name, but the longer battery life, the Switch Lite, and then the OLED model. Which I'm surprised they didn't come up with some sort of smarter name. Maybe because I'm pretty sure OLED is like a specific like brand name. I believe it's like, it's not a technical name per se. It's a specific like version of that technology. So it might be that like legally they had to call it that or something, part of the deal or something. But yeah, I think generally people are going, unless we actually get a Nintendo Switch Pro, I think most people are just going to call this the Nintendo Switch Pro. Which I think makes sense. So yeah, Nintendo Switch, Nintendo Switch Lite, and then the OLED model. The colours that they're showing for that, like, really do like excite me. It is weird that they didn't show off any other colours though, because obviously the original Switch has grey and neon. The Switch Lite has, well, it has the yellow, the coral, the blue. I'm trying to think. There's so many colours. I think there's a red one. There's a lot of different colours for the Switch Lite. So it is interesting that if the OLED only comes in white. But I mean, I wouldn't be... I say I like white consoles, so... as much as my bank will hate it, as much as my wallet will hate it, I'm probably going to have to get an OLED. It's one of them things. I don't know. I do really like this. It looks good. It looks very good. Well, there we go. I just want to really look back at that adjustable stand again. Like, let's just quickly... Like, that's amazing. Like, you compare that... Can we, as well, looking at the screen difference, the size. So, that's the original Switch, the 6.2 inch. And then that's the increase. That is a ridiculous amount of extra screen real estate. I'm really happy with that. That's really good. But yeah, on that note, I'm gonna say that's gonna be it for this video. So thanks for watching, like, subscribe, all that jazz, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
Lunar rainbow flag, happy pride, rabbit with facts. Streamer, let's play, take them out like dinosaurs. FNAFN, control, not the leader of a cult. Rabbit with sax, it's Lunar.